everyone. Look who I have. Look who's here.
Yo, what's
How are
good, y'all?
you?
I'm
How,
good. How about you?
I'm good. How's everyone doing? Welcome everybody to the channel. Look who I have is Avant 7 from his Twitch streamers channel. We're gonna get into a lot of questions today. So within 5 minutes of me being in your channel, me and my chat were cracking up. And I got messages almost instantaneous like, you have to interview him, you have to get him on your channel. So that's what happened. So tell us about Avant and why you are called a professional hype man.
Oh man. Okay. Woo. All right. So I'm Avant 7, and so I've always had this energy, right? Like my boys, they will mute me during certain events like E3, and I just be screaming just loud, and so I was like, well, that's me. I might as well just make it me, just hype.
Right.
I don't know where the energy comes from. It just I don't know.
I love it because like I said, we were on your stream like within 5 minutes and we were cracking up. We're like, what is happening? Like, why is this? It was the best. Like, I stayed there for a while, even though I was super tired. I just did an interview, but I stayed on for a while and it was so much fun. You're also on Instagram. You call yourself a gaming video creator. Why do you call yourself that? Like, why that moniker?
So back in the day, I wanted to do YouTube, and a lot of other content. I wanted to get into editing, and it kind of fell short because like I kind of focused on streaming. But you know, I wanted to, I wanted to be that. I wanted to be a
Right.
video creator. And maybe I'll pick it back up, but I'm the hype man now, man.
Yeah, for real. Like honestly, like I've watched it. You have people playing games with you on your stream, and you are high energy. It's really good. So because of your high energy, obviously your streams are so much fun. But why did you start streaming? Like how did it all come about?
So I had an idol. His name was Attica. Attica, he was a big streamer, big Nintendo streamer. Um he passed, and like he was my idol. I wanted to be just like him. I
Right.
wanted to meet him, and so after his passing, I said, I'm gonna try to do my best. It's time for me to stream. And
Right.
so I wanted to do, and that's why I went live. And I'm also part of the streaming group. It's me and my
Okay.
brothers, me and my friends of like 10 years, and I don't know. One day we just started to become streamers, and we was like, we here now.
Might as well just stay put. Like right here.
Yep,
Then
yep.
that's the funny thing because it was so like you I guess in your friends streaming that night, and you guys were cracking up. Oh, excuse me, that was weird. You guys were cracking up and doing a whole bunch of other stuff, and I don't even remember what game. What game were they playing? Book was in the stream as well. Welcome, hi Bookie. What I forget what game you were playing, but you were so flabbergasted that you were getting your behind whooped by this character. Like we were dying, and you're like, "Why is this?" It was
we,
Tekken.
we
That's
was
right.
we was getting our butt beat on Tekken. It was terrible. That bear was beating us up. I don't know what was going on.
It was a panda.
It was
That's what he's like. Why is
um
this? You're like, what is going on with this panda? It was hilarious. It was so much fun. So you said that you started off wanting to do YouTube, um, but now you're here streaming. But why gamer stream? Like, why not like some other type of stream? Why not like, I don't know, content creator stream or anything other streaming but gaming? Like, there's a million and one gamers out there who stream on Twitch. Why did you take this path?
I don't know. I think the one of my most important things for me when it comes to streaming is that I mostly stream to just play games with people, and that's what I do.
Right.
I just I I can't really like say I do it for the views or like do it just to, like the growth. Because I was surprised. I didn't even think I would ever go hit 1K, but I
Right.
do it. I play a game. And I'll be like, yeah, I want to play with the homies. I hop on screen, hit the button, people come in. So that's about it.
So that's the only. So because there's so many people here on Twitch, there's a lot of like different gamers. Some people uh, settle on Call of Duty. Some people settle like for me. I also have a stream where I do Dungeons and Dragons. Some people do art. Um, but with gamers like you who do a multitude of different games, um, a lot of those games has transitioned over to Kick.
Mhm.
Okay, you've stayed here. Why have you not followed suit, jump ship over to Kick and their crazy Wild Wild West style of streaming?
Kick sounds nice, right? Kick
Yeah.
Kick sounds nice on paper, and like you would think about it, but I mostly stream anime games and stuff
Hmm.
like that, and you'll go on Kick and like the scene is there. Like
Hmm.
there's some people that stream in the games that I play, but there's not that many people there over there,
Right.
and I don't think that scene. I don't know. It's a completely different scene. That's just probably about it. And I don't know. Kick is a little bit more dangerous, but
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm a little scared to go over there, right? Because
Really.
like I was a streamer during like the hate raids and stuff, right?
Ooh. Okay.
And it feels like that whole culture and all that is over there on Kick, and I'm a little scared over there. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little scared to go over there.
All right. So being as that they still probably have. Look, I've claimed my name over there just so no one can take it. But being as they have that hate raid type of thing, and there's more of a, I guess it's their terms of service are kind of like very loose, very like almost do what you want. Do you think that the hate rates over there can be not only toxic but like extremely like depressing, like to the point where you will shut your stream off and not stream anymore?
Yeah. Most definitely. Like
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's certain bounds on Twitch that you can put up with, and you can
Mm-hmm.
report somebody, and you'll be like, Twitch and handle it. But
Right.
over there on Kick, you'll be going through something, and you'll report. They be like, it's whatever.
Right.
It's all right.
So let me ask you this. Aiden Ross, I don't, you know who Aiden Ross is, obviously.
Uh-huh.
Big stream over in Kick. He moved from here. He took millions of his followers over to Kick, and he had a team. I think it was the SSB they're called or something like that. Where he recently dropped four of his team members for not streaming. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Four of his streamers for not streaming. He shortly after that, he reached out to a lot of other gamers, asking them to apply to be part of his team to come back, to trying to get that same contract or a similar contract, where I think it's $2 million signing, and then like I know, and then something like $30,000 to $50,000 a month. In exchange, you have to stream anywhere from 150 to 180 hours. I believe it's a month or something like that, or something to that effect. Would that entice you to move over there? Like, would that be one of the things you'd be like, or would you be like,
Yeah. Like the money sounds good on paper,
mm-hmm,
and I don't think my moral system and like how I am as a person would like let me to like not only be on brand with Aiden Ross, but like
right?
just work for him. Because like
Mm-hmm.
I see his clips on TikTok and I'll be like, oh man,
Yeah.
and I see the stuff he's saying. I
Mm-hmm.
get irritated, right?
Right,
Because
right, right.
like the some of the stuff he stands for isn't what I stand for. He
Gotcha.
said some very insensitive stuff, but
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
it, I don't know. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it.
You wouldn't do
I'm
it.
telling myself that I'm thinking myself the 2 million. I'm like
It's like $2 million signing bonus and 50K a month. And I just have to keep straight. I know, I get it. Like do my, but you don't align with him, so I get it. When you started playing, I imagine that you started with just your friends and your followers you weren't in the thousands of followers like you are now. When you were a smaller creator, how did you keep going? How did you like keep your head up and decide like I'm gonna keep going? Let's see where this goes. And why didn't you just drop it?
So mostly it came from Dragon Ball, really.
Really?
Um,
Okay.
so like what made me like keep actually going is that like people kept coming in, just
Hmm.
coming in. They'll come in and say hi, build a community, and just playing Dragon Ball. And that made me like, oh shoot, I need to stream. I need
Right.
to hop on. I need to do a tournament.
Right. Right.
I'm big on like giving back to the community,
Hmm. Hmm.
and like I appreciate the Xenoverse community a lot. Like they done a ton for me, and like I felt like if I did a stream, I felt like I was doing no wrong. Like if I
Right.
did come up or do tournaments or giveaway, I would do the wrong. So that was my motivation right there.
Okay. Okay. So speaking of tournaments, I just recently found out that this is what you do. So how does this work? Like, how do you do tournaments through stream? Like, is anyone from your Discord can join, your community can join? How do you, one, vet people, and two, how does it work?
So the way tournaments work, so usually I go like on a 2 week. I try to promote it for 2 weeks, and I go
Mm-hmm.
play the game for two weeks and promote it and spread the word out there. and I pretty much invite anybody's welcome to join. You know, casuals, high level players, and I use a tournament bracket online. Just put the names in the bracket, and the crazy part about it, the most of my tournaments are on Dragon Ball, and the game itself, the connection issue is the problem, and
Oh,
most of the
okay.
time we deal with the connection issue more than playing the game, and so we stick through it. I invite people come in. We stay in for like 5 hours. They get to fight, and whoever's the best, you know, they win. It's pretty
Right.
simple. I don't do too much. I feel like sometimes in my tournaments, I just yap a lot. I just talk, and they just take over and fight. But that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. And sometimes I put a prize in for them, and I let them cook. But
Right.
sometimes we just do it for fun. I just
So
like fighting.
I know. So let me ask you a question. What is the the prize? Like you like I think this last one that you did this past week was something simple. It's like I think it was like a PlayStation card or something for a certain amount. But what do you normally do for a prize for prizes?
So I usually sometimes we do PSN cards because most of our viewer base, because me and my brother host the tournament sometimes,
Okay.
and most of our viewer base they come from PlayStation, so that's easy money, or we cash out,
Okay.
and
Okay.
we this how we do it. I put in 20, he'll put in 20, it be 40, and
Okay.
then sometimes we open up the pot and like we're viewers to come in. I think the highest we almost got the pot up to $200 for just yeah, it was crazy. The
To
pot got
play
up
a
to almost
game.
yes, it was crazy. Like it went up to I think it was like a literally at 180 something,
Jesus Christ.
and it was 185,
Oh my
and it
God.
was a tag team tournament, and the team won. It was crazy, but
Jesus.
like I kind of see for tournaments, I see my tournaments as like chapter points, end points for like a streaming or a season almost,
Okay.
and that it's a big climax, and like that's me giving back to the community
Okay.
as
Gotcha.
well as giving a prize. It's like if y'all come up, show up, y'all support, I feel like I should be able to give y'all a little something, a little something to
Right.
work for.
I get it. I get it. So I mean that it makes sense. So part of part of that uh, whole thing with the tournaments, you call it a power week or something. So you do it
Mhm.
weekly, or is it a monthly thing that happens once a month for a week? Like how do you do that? Like what is
So
power week?
Power Week. So I came up with the idea. I wanted to like focus on Dragon Ball content. So I've been kind of straying away and doing more of variety, but like I want to hone back into my roots of Dragon Ball for this week, and commemoration for Toriyama, Akira Toriyama.
Yeah. Rest in
Um,
peace.
Dragon Ball is such a it's such a big part of my life. You
Right.
could probably tell by all the
I
stuff
can see.
behind me,
Yeah.
but like I wanted to do something in his memory.
Mhm.
So the week of power is just Dragon Ball content, and then tomorrow we close it off with a tournament.
Oh, nice.
But like
Okay.
usually we do like so the way I try to do tournaments is that I don't like doing them like one and done. I like to stretch them out, and so I do tournament series, and so
Mhm.
we use we use a point system to like stream for a whole month or 2 weeks or so,
Okay.
and we just stretch it out. That's pretty much it.
That's really okay. That works. Like it sounds like a lot of fun. It sounds like a lot of work, but it also sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Um, so your energy, like I was saying, is super high. Like it's dynamic, it's energetic, it's off the charts. Like I said, within minutes we were cracking up on your stream. So is this like your normal everyday person? This is the normal everyday Avant, or is this do you keep part of yourself private for yourself and for your family?
I'm I'm a I'm very transparent. Like this is me. This
It's
is me.
like
like, like this is me. Like this is raw. Like I sometimes I look at my other fellow streamers that's in the community, and they be very contained and very. But me, I get the yapping, I get the talking. I'm just I forget I'm on camera sometimes. I
yeah, I get it. Because I watched you. Like I've been in your stream, like lurking a couple of times. I'm like, does he know the camera's on? Like, cause he like you'll be like on the phone, be like, yeah, no, 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 and you're talking to somebody to the side. Like it's great. So, but you don't keep anything private for yourself. It's just all out there.
yeah,
Wow.
pretty much. Yeah,
So,
that's a bad thing though, because my fiance she's scared of the camera. She is so scared to come over here, and like she's slowly getting into it,
okay.
but like she wants to be private, and she like, well, when we had kids, I was like, sweetie, when I'm gonna tell you like this, our child is gonna be right here on my chest, strapped up while I'm streaming. I hope you're ready for that. She slowly opened up to it. I think she realized that like she gonna have to get used to it.
Right,
At
right.
first, it used to be bad when we first got together because
Mhm.
I'd be streaming in the middle of the day or middle of the night, and she'd be like, "Shut it down, you're too loud." I'm like, "Sweetie, I'm sorry, I'm sorry."
So does she plan on becoming a streamer at all? Does she plan on coming on camera at any point in time? Are you encouraging that?
I want her to. I want her to come over. Like I'd be like, "Come on, let's play some Mario or something.
Right.
Let's play Mario Kart or something." She'd be like, "Maybe one day." And her friend, I think after the Mountain Dew stuff, we're gonna go over that later.
Yeah.
But after the Mountain Dew stuff, she was like, "Oh snap! Like maybe we should become streamers." And she played with the idea. She made an account, and then she realized that it was a lot, and she was like, "You know what?
Maybe
I don't know about it."
So, are you encouraging it? Are you like trying to push her? Or you just kind of let her decide on her own?
I let her decide on her own.
Okay, gotcha.
Because I want it so bad. Like
Right.
it's a dream. Like I'm like, yeah, this is a power couple. We can do it. But like if I let that out too much, she gonna be like, "You're rushing me. You pushing me." So I'm like,
yeah,
we're gonna test the waters. We're gonna test.
Gotcha.
How it turn out.
Well, when the waters start being tested, and she starts to pop up on camera. Let us know because I want to be there. I want to be there for the beginning of it. You said it a lot on the stream. Like, listen, I gotta go to work tomorrow, guys. So we know you have a full-time job. You have a fiance. How do you balance, full-time job, streaming? Because you stream a lot. Like you have a ton of hours. So how do you balance all that and keep your sanity?
I'm still trying to figure that out myself. So, okay, so it's to me. Sometimes I just see streaming as me just playing the game, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I just see it as a hobby. And so I get off from my 9 to 5. Some days I wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning, and 9 to 5, get off at 5:30, come home, just sit here and play the game. Because I feel like I need streaming, right? If I didn't have streaming, and if I didn't have my fiance, I'd be right here bored. I'd be bored. I can't sit still for nothing, right? Okay. I get irritated. Like I try to sit down for watch anime or something, and I get irritated because I'm like, it's moving too slow for me. I'm gonna read the manga
like,
so I can speed through.
Speed it up. So yeah, go ahead.
Streaming is like my piece. It's my hobby, and that's probably streaming makes me sane. Being able to talk to people, because if it was just this job, Lord have mercy.
Like, come home like, Jesus Christ. Like, why am I doing this? So your community, I've been in your Discord, I've seen your community. It's pretty big. And they're fully engaged. Like, welcome everyone who's from on stream, welcome in. But they're fully engaged all the time. Like, your chat is going and constantly going. How do you keep your audience coming back, and how do you keep them that engaged?
I don't know. I think it comes from like the fact that I treat people as like another homie. Like I just talk to them like they're just another person, another friend of mine playing the game. And that's probably why they come back. I don't know why they stick around. I don't be honest. Like, I apologize to them all the time. Like, y'all, I know I'm loud. I'm sorry that y'all gotta deal with me. But they just stay. I guess they like me. But yeah, I see all my like people that come into the stream is like they just the homies. They just they come in, play the game, and just like any other of my friends, they just chill with me. Okay. And I feel like that's how you get them, because I don't know. I've seen people like they lose viewership from games and stuff, and like some people I've even experienced this. Like if you switch up the games that you play, people be like, well, this ain't what I want to watch. And some people they're fair to the that's that time, but when I like. I don't know. I really don't know the answer. I don't know the answer to that.
See, your bubbly personality, that's what it is. I think it's because of your personality. People are coming to see you, not the game, So, you said earlier about Mountain Dew. Mountain Dew Gaming noticed you. Like, they jumped on, and I was like, oh, shit. Like, I saw a couple clips on TikTok. I was like, first of all, I didn't know Mountain Dew did a gaming thing, so that kind of blew me away. But then I was like, oh, I know that guy. So how did that happen? Tell us about that collaboration and how did it affect you and your life and everything.
So I was just streaming one day, and I was just playing a game. I didn't know nothing about the Mountain Dew raid, and I was just playing Final Fantasy. A couple of homies came in the chat. They was like, "Yo, put a Mountain Dew bottle on your stream, and put the Mountain Dew logo." I was like, "Why? Why?" They was like, "They doing a raid. They giving out 50 subs," and I was like, "Oh wow. Snap!" I was like, 50 subs? Shoot, let me do it.
Right.
So I put it in. I did all I could, and the bot, it was a bot. They use AI to somehow track it. It's kind of scary when you think about it. Right. They use AI to track their merchandise, right? On my stream. And they came in, it was like, you're in line. And so we were streaming for like a good little minute. People was coming in. I was trying to get other streamers to hop on it.
Okay.
And when Mountain Dew came, so they did this thing where they come in and they prepare you and they put you on the front page of Twitch.
Oh.
So I was on the front page of Twitch. And apparently Mountain Dew like me, right? They call me, that's Big Dew. I call him Big Dew.
Okay.
I don't know. They like the guy whoever runs that account. That's my homie right there.
Okay.
And he was all like, shoot, we like you. We gonna put you around again. I was like, what? And so this time they put me on the Mountain Dew channel. The channel, and I had like 13 minutes. And that 13 minutes, it went crazy.
Okay.
Like, it was like 20,000 people watching me from Mountain Dew, and I think people was coming into my chat.
Okay.
It was wild. People was coming in my chat talking, and me being me, loud, being hype, and somehow Mountain Dew started dropping subs.
Okay.
Mountain Dew dropped 50 subs first time. I'm losing my mind. That's what happened. That's when baby started going crazy. Cause I'm like 50 subs.
Like Jesus Christ.
I was like, okay, 50 subs. That's crazy. They dropped another 50.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
They dropped another 50. Then another one. Then another one. And I'm losing my mind. And that's how they got me. Somehow they ended up dropping 500 subs, 500 gift subs that night. And I was telling all the homies. And my other brother went live. I was telling my brother to go live. My other brother went live. Mountain Dew came in his chat and started talking about Yu-Gi-Oh. Okay. Mountain Dew came back to my chat, started talking about Kingdom Hearts. Jesus and we just vibing. We just vibing. And a week later after that event, Mountain Dew Gaming sent me a message and it was like, well, you won. And I was like, won what? It was like, we also had a sweepstakes for Mountain Dew Gaming raid. Well, you'll be a chance to get interviewed by Mountain Dew and get interviewed by Optic. And that interview was like, it was nice, right? It was I had the interview and they was trying to give me tips. They wanted to give me tips, and they was like, well, shoot, we ain't got no tips to give you because you're doing everything. It was like the only thing we can tell you is just keep doing tournaments.
Just do what you're doing.
Yeah. It's like I just, I try to treat people. I don't like, even if they got high view counts or like somebody like really high celebrities, I treat them as like the homies. And like
right.
You sat there and talked for like an hour. Like the dude that I was talking to, Hitch a Ride, big Call of Duty sportscaster, big he's Optic, right? That's another big thing, right?
Right.
I just talked to him for an hour, we chill, and it changed my whole perspective on like this streaming stuff.
Right,
it really like
Jesus Christ. I don't know what like so. Let's go back to the gift subs. At the time, the first time that the first 50 hit, okay, and you're like, wow, that's cool. Like, how did that feel?
When the first 50 hit, I almost cried. I called my mama. Mountain Dew was like, call mama. I called my mama, said, Mama, the official Mountain Dew count is in my chat. And she's like, what? I'm so loud. I'm loud on the phone. The dog's in the background barking. I'm about to cry. I'm about to pass out. Then they, on top of that, while I'm on the phone, my mom, they dropped 50. I'm freaking out. Another.
They dropped another one.
What? It was so crazy. It's life changing. It really was, because I never would have thought, like, I never came to attention to like trying to be big or anything like that. Like, I really just sometimes I stream. I just turn on the camera. That's it.
Right.
Turn on the stream, play a game, and that really like shook me. I'm like, dang, hold on, this streaming stuff. This just streaming stuff kind of built different. Wait, hold on.
Like, what's going on? So, by the end of you said you ended with 500 subs. It was by the end of that 500 subs. When that 500 subs hit, and you looked at your monetization tab in Twitch, and you have 500 subs, and you turn off your stream. What was the, because there's a lot of streamers know you turn off the stream, you're like, oh, that was nice, you get that nice feeling of like, that was a good time I had, that was great. But there's a difference between turning off the stream when you're getting followers and turning off the stream and having a bunch of subs.
Yeah.
What did that feel like? Like how? Like what was it like?
So I was in shock because I forgot to tell you a detail, but like Mountain Dew was forcing me to chug bottles of Mountain Dew. So I told my brother about it, and he brought home like 7 different bottles of Mountain Dew, and I chugged off. So I'm like tweaking off caffeine, and by the end of the stream, it's like it just went down power level 0.
Right.
And I'm drained. I'm freaking out. My fiance, she freaking out. She like, oh my god, Mountain Dew is in there. Keep going. I'm like, sweet, I got work in the morning. She's like, forget about work. Keep going.
Like, go.
I'm like, dang, bro. I'm repeating it over. I'm like, bro, Mountain Dew came in my chat. I'm in the bed, like I'm about to pass. Mountain Dew came in my chat. Fit 500 subs.
Jesus.
I'm over here. I'm out here calculating. I'm like, dang, bro. How much is that, bro? Like,
for real, chat. How much is 500 subs? Like, let me know. I think it's like right now we're at $4.99 per sub or something like that. How much is 500 subs? Somebody do the calculations. Let me know how much 500 subs is. Put it in chat because I want to see what that is. I'm curious to know what that check will be. Somebody said $2,500. Jesus Christ. So
yeah, it was close. It was close. It was definitely close. So Twitch, Twitch had to take some. They took some of that out. It was like,
of course.
They was like, you gonna take that? But I got.
We take our part. Thank you.
It was a nice, healthy amount that, like, it's affecting me now, right?
Right.
Because like, even though paying bills and paying rent, it gave me a nice little boost for the year, and like it helped a lot. Like that. That was like a Christmas gift too. It felt like Christmas. I think it was around Christmas. It was definitely around Christmas. It was crazy. It was
one of those moments. It's one of those moments. Oh man. So I'm probably never gonna forget it, and I get it. So, question: the industry as a whole, like Mountain Dew came in and did their thing for you. You did the interview. You won their sweepstakes. But the industry, the gaming industry as a whole, is changing a lot. Specifically, to reflect what streamers do, and because that's happening and the industry understands how streams affect their games, there's a lot of big tech names that are getting into the game. Google, Apple, Meta. How do you think that's going to affect what you do as a gaming streamer?
I'm gonna have to buy some more stuff because currently I'm kind of getting affected by it now.
Okay.
So Sega and Apple has a deal where they releasing a couple games on Apple, and a lot of the Sonic games, a couple of new Sonic games are getting locked by Apple, and I'm like, dang, I need to buy Apple TV to play it so I can stream it.
Right.
And like, I feel like more of that's gonna happen, right? Because it really affects me because, like, I'm trying to. I got a wedding to pay for, and like they dropping stuff on different platforms and different stuff. I'm like, Lord, but like for them, like benefiting to streamers, I would say I'm eating, but at the same time, the streamers that they benefit to, they ain't looking at me. They ain't looking for, like, when they benefit for streamers, they going for like the people with like 20,000, 2,000 viewers per day.
Right.
They benefiting them. So I don't know. I wouldn't say I'm in the middle. Like,
right.
I don't mind it, but like it's making me spend more money.
Gotcha. It's like you taking money out of my pocket instead of put it in there. I get you. So, there's another aspect of this whole thing where with gaming, a lot of the consoles are going away or they're changing how they do things. They're realizing the console the console industry is not the same, specifically because of what streamers do. Um, we use PCs. Like it's hard to. I have streamed on console, but it's hard to do. It's hard to do. What do you think of the Xbox saying that they're not going to make a new gen console and they're pretty much going away?
Man, that's cause I'm a Sony boy, right? I stream off of my PlayStation 5, and on a level that affects me too, because that means Sony is losing competition,
right?
And Sony like dropping subpar games is bad because they'll just do it because they know they ain't got no competition. But on another hand, that like Xbox is just dropping consoles in general, it kind of makes sense, right? It kind of makes sense because PC has always been more powerful than consoles, and it just puts everything in one dump, right? One little area where you can go to, and I don't mind it, but that Sony part, that console part, that console boy inside of me is like, oh Lord, that's gonna be something else.
Right.
Without that competition, it's just, I don't know, it's bad.
So do you think that Sony is going to scale back on how they do games? Because competitively, they would price their games against Xbox. Now that the competition is gone, well, let's rephrase that. Now that the PC is their competition, do you think that the prices in consoles, one, is going to go up, and two, is going to drop in quality?
I feel like both might happen.
Okay.
I feel like, because, for example, they just dropped Spider-Man 2. Spider-Man 2 is supposed to be one of Sony's like big games, and that game got rushed. It launched with bugs, and they dropped it plus $70 with an additional 12 suits for $12.
$70?
Yeah. So
it was $70. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So and Sony has ideas for like a PlayStation 5 Pro, the PS5 right now. In Sony eyes, even though it makes sense that like we just got out of a pandemic and the world is still healing from that. Right. Sony feels that the PS5 is a failure, and so they're pushing out. They still trying to push out units for $500. They're not dropping the price. They trying to make a PlayStation 5 Pro, and now they're trying to focus their efforts on a PS6. So Sony just gonna take advantage. They just greedy. They want that money, and that's the only thing they see. They don't see it as like the world is healing. They don't see as like, we gotta put some hard work in here. We gotta push the game. We gotta make sure this game's optimal. Nah, their mindset is like, it's Spider-Man, they'll buy it.
Right.
It's Sony, they'll buy it, and it's gonna get bad.
Well, you said that, and I agree. Sony feels like the PS5 didn't perform well, but do you think that at some point that it was their fault that didn't perform well? Because not only was the production low, like you couldn't find a PS5 during Christmas time to save your life. Like you had to hunt it down, and then when you did find it, it was well above $500. So do you think it's their fault, or do you think it's the consumer stepping away from the console?
I think that the fact that the PS5 was so hard to get made us be like, you know what, maybe we don't need it,
right?
Because like you said, I was one of the people that was in line for a PS5 and I couldn't get it, and like I almost cried that day. And it's crazy because that's kind of on them, right? Because they didn't stop the scammers and the bots from buying up all the PS5s. They couldn't find the resource to make the chip for the PS5, so they was low on storage for like 2 years, and that's completely on them. and that's completely on them, and like them also, they starting to put their games on PC as well too, and people are seeing that, and they see it right through it. They're like, okay, fine, I could save me a couple $500 if I wait a year and just buy a game on the PC.
Right.
And buy it. They their own downfall. They did it to themselves.
Right. I agree. I agree that I think they did it to themselves, and they now they have to recover. And now that their competition is gone, it's like people are like, well, you're gonna make crappy products, what's the point of me buying it? So I think they're gonna
Yeah.
suffer more now that
Yeah.
Xbox is gone. So when you started all this gaming stuff and you started streaming, specifically because of Dragon Ball, like obviously it was for fun initially, but in the time that you've been doing this, what lessons have you learned from gaming? Like what have you brought from the table from gaming?
Oof. One of the big lessons that I got from gaming is to play what you want. From streaming, play what you want. Because if you try to please a crowd, like I know some content creators, like they big into numbers and they want to please the crowd.
Yes,
They got
yeah.
certain games that they do for views and stuff. But
Like
if
you
you're
can
not
find
enjoying
a million and one Call of Duty channels, like it's crazy.
exactly, like if you're not having fun doing what you plan and doing what you want to do,
Mm-hmm.
I don't see no point into it. Even if it's like, even if you different views, right? And that has like been one of my biggest lessons ever, right?
Right.
Because even though I played Xenoverse and Dragon Ball, like it was getting to a point that I was like, man, like the game is breaking. You can't even play the game. like like it literally in the middle of like the climax of a month long tournament series,
Mm-hmm.
we got to the final match, and we in the finals, the game breaks, and you can't. It's nobody to blame.
Right.
It's the game. The game is just broken. The developers don't want to fix it, and that'll make you mad. It literally made me depressed, and I'm
Right.
like, you know what? I gotta do something better for myself. I gotta play something better.
Right.
And that's one of the biggest things right there. Is just do what you want to do.
Do what you want to do it for yourself. I got you. You know, I get it. So as a regular streamer, you just talked about games breaking. What do you think about cloud gaming? Because cloud gaming, for me, like I don't play games normally a lot on stream. There's some games like if I want to play, I'm gonna play it because I find it interesting, but it's not my go-to for streaming. But I have noticed that people who do cloud game, their games drop, the stream will drop. You know, what do you think is going to be the effect of cloud gaming on you as a streamer and gamers going forward?
Whew. So cloud gaming, my opinions on cloud gaming is kind of weird, right? Because I understand it. I understand cloud gaming, and I see there's a market for cloud gaming, but
Right.
I feel like there's some like my whole stance is like if you dive in a console that's only a cloud gaming console, you can spend that same money and like buy the game the same way, and you can even rent the game. There's a lot of renting for like Xbox and Sony these days. Just rent the game for cheaper on a game, and you can just download it, right?
Right.
Because
right.
cloud gaming has so many variables, right? It's dependent
Right.
on the Wi-Fi, your Wi-Fi, your connection speed, all that. Like it's so many variables. It could be the service of the whatever cloud gaming you use could be just flooded right now.
Right.
It mess up.
So if you, let's say for argument's sake, you decide I'm going to move to cloud gaming. I'm going to move to a lot of games that use cloud gaming. I'm going to move over there. How do you think you would mitigate your game dropping midstream? Like, would you just be like, screw it, I'll go back to what I was doing, or like persevere? Like, what are you gonna do?
This is something I usually do anyway. So my go-to whenever the game drops, and like if I was in the middle, I'm gonna have to talk it out until it fixes. Just talk. I'll literally just like I don't even panic in those situations no more, right? Because I'm so used to it. I'm like, oh, the game's not working well. Let's talk it out. Let's see if we can fix it. And like I give it some time. I try to fix it and try to get back to it. But if it don't, I just move on to a different game and just talk about it. Usually in a situation where like the game just dropped, and if I was playing cloud gaming, I feel like the viewers in the chat, they'll see the problem too, and we end up not only bashing the game and talking about the issue, we make that into entertainment. So that's how I handle that. I handle that through that.
Right. So how do you choose your games? Like, 'cause you play Dragon Ball Z, but like I said, we came in on Tekken, and that was hilarious. But I've also seen you play. Um, I think I saw you play Mortal Kombat at one point. Um, I feel like I saw you play Mortal Kombat. I've seen you play Tekken, Dragon Ball Z, a bunch of other different games. So how do you choose the games that you play?
So usually I got my main few. So the name Avant 7 is a play on a lot of stuff, right? So
Right.
uh Sonic got 7 Chaos Emeralds, Dragon Ball had 7 Dragon Balls, Final Fantasy 7. Uh and basically those are the main games I try to focus, right? So Sonic, Dragon Ball, and then Dragon Ball derives from like fighting games. If it's a hot fighting game now or a fighting game I like, I'll play that. Platformers, I'll play that. Pretty RPG, JRPG, all that. Pretty much just stems from like that background that I have from Final Fantasy, Naruto, all the anime, all that. That I usually like, and then some days like, say if there's like a hot game like Helldivers or anything like that, and that's so like out of my like my rotation. I play it because like I don't know, it just look fire, right?
Yeah, that's
it
looks
fire.
cool. Like you're like, this looks so good.
Like sometimes I'm like, oh snap, I kind of want to play that, and it'd be the most like obscure game. It has nothing to do with the channel. Just play it, and I just do it.
Right. Okay. I get it. So that makes sense. So how do you look? All those games are fun. They're a lot of great. They're great to do, whatever. But how do you keep the motivation to keep playing the same? Like for me, I will play off stream Assassin's Creed till the cows come home. Like I will keep playing it, like to the point where like friends or family will come over, like, you playing this again? Did you just play this like this run through again? Like, mind your business. It's my game. So how do you keep the motivation to keep playing those games on your stream like that?
It gotta be the people.
Okay.
Because I think one thing that gets me, that I play a lot of like multiplayer games, multiplayer games. Usually for single player games, I do a one and done playthrough, and I come back like a couple months from now and come back.
Right.
But like when you playing online with people, it's so many. It's a different thing every day.
Right.
It's a different thing every day. People play differently, different communities, and I think it's that community aspect that like this brings me back.
Right.
And you know, and it got to be the game too. Sometimes I obsess over the game. Like when I lock in, I lock in.
Right.
Like you said with Assassin's Creed, you give me a good Dragon Ball game, you give me a good Sonic game, and you give me stuff to do. Oh, I'll be on that for years. like Xenoverse 2, me and my brother started playing Xenoverse 2 in 2016. That game came out when I was in high school.
Ooh.
I'm 23 with grown man bills with a fiance, and I'm still playing that same game. So I don't know what it is. I don't know.
I get it. I know. Looks. I don't have no idea what it is, but I don't know what it is with Assassin's Creed. I just love playing the damn game. It is what it is. Cool. I'll keep doing it, just not on stream. So it's not gonna happen. Like, I've played Assassin's Creed once on stream, the newer one, Assassin's Creed Mirage. It was fun, but I felt like I couldn't do a lot of side quests. I had to keep on task, so it was like I couldn't take my time with it. So we're not going to do that anymore. In your opinion, let's go back to a little bit about content creation and streaming and stuff. So you started this just kind of like, I might as well type of thing, but do you think there's like a personality trait or strength that someone would need to do this, like, as a job? Because you said that your dream is to do this full time. So do you need a certain, like, I don't know, personality to do this? Do you need a certain like mindset to do this? Like, what do you think that's needed to keep going?
I think it comes down to like your hunger, right?
Right.
How hungry are you for it? Like, what is your drive, right? And you gotta have a certain mindset. You gotta really want it. Right. And you can have like, it don't really matter on the personality, because some people, as like, you could go on streams and some people are doing like buck wild stuff, right? People with buck wild takes and toxic, and like if they'll vibe with you, and if they're similar to you, they'll vibe with you. But it comes down to how bad you want it. Like how bad, and like I guess you kind of also gotta have like a me and my friends say content brain.
Right.
You gotta have like a little bit of content brain. You gotta know like, oh, okay, this a pop. You know, this will be good. They gonna like this. You gotta put some thought to it, right? Because if you don't put thought to it, if you don't put care and thought into what you're doing, it ain't gonna pop as much. You gotta really, if you want it, you gotta put your all into it, especially if you want to do it full time.
Right.
And that's probably something like, if I get full time and it happen, but like I feel like I don't put enough into my streams to want it, right?
Right.
Like for instance, there's a streamer that like I love watching. His name is Straps.
Okay.
This man blew up in like a year.
Ooh.
This man went from 100 followers to 2K followers right now.
Wow.
And he streams every morning. And like he wants it. That drive, that motivation, he got it. He got it. I'm lacking in that part. I can't do it. I wake up some days and I'll be like, I can't do it. I'm like, ain't no stream today.
Sorry guys, love you enough.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't wake up like say 5 o'clock in the morning, because I know some streamers, I've interviewed them here, who will wake up 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, stream, and then get dressed and go to work, come home and stream again. So that's not going to be you anytime soon.
Oh nah. They gonna have to wait till I get off. Because in the morning time, I don't think they want to deal with that. Cause I don't know. I get up my schedule for life. I get up enough time to get ready, take a shower, and leave work. You know, I envy people who can like get up, cook, make them breakfast, you know, work out, then take a shower and go to work. I can never do that. I couldn't
really
do it. Like the homie Strats, I think, you know, this is how much dedication, and this really like the whole drive thing. Strats had jury duty. He had jury duty, and he drove an hour back to do a short stream, to drive back to jury duty, and then came back and streamed again.
Jesus Christ. Okay, so that's dedication. That's like, you want it. That's like, I get that. But that seems a little extreme, but good on him. I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean, so you just blew my mind. So you just blew my mind with that one. That was kind of
when
crazy.
I heard it, I was like, bro, you got it.
You got it. That's on you. You like, good for you. I applaud you. That's never gonna happen. Like, I'm letting you know right now. Do not, like, guys, do not ask me to ever do that. I'm never coming. If I'm off, I'm off. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, done. So, but you're not a small streamer. Like, you have about 1.4 thousand followers on Twitch, and you're still growing. Do you plan on branching out to other platforms like TikTok and YouTube, or are you going to stay mostly here on Twitch and maybe occasionally post over there?
The dream is to do YouTube. I want to do YouTube so bad. Like, I got so many ideas, but I'm gonna blow your mind on this. Okay. For 2 years, I've been streaming off this gaming laptop. So this laptop.
Wait. Pause. So you're streaming 1.4 thousand followers from a gaming laptop.
Yep.
So you don't have a 3-screen setup, custom PC to your left or your right, gaming laptop.
Gaming laptop, Acer 5 Nitro, been holding me down, and I got an Elgato and a PS5. And
that's it.
Yeah, that's about it. And like Verum, same thing too. Like,
wow.
We like that's, and I feel like sometimes I get mad, right? I want to do more stuff in my streams, and I want to do more YouTube videos too. And I'm like, yeah, I want to do it, but it's my hardware that keeps me from doing it. Like, if I try to render a video, I make my own like Be Right Back streams, and I make like short videos with that. Doing that melts my computer, and I'm like, oh,
oh my god. Hey, don't. First of all, Verum, don't downplay Lenovo. I have a Lenovo, and I love my Lenovo. Okay, don't talk about bozo Lenovo. Ew, attitude. So, I love my Lenovo. It can't stream, but I still love it. Ew. Hurting my feelings. Anyway, so, um, nice carry me. He says I love my love. So, uh, you keep motivated like you do. You keep going. But, um, if you had to give someone advice on how to do this, like specifically on Twitch, YouTube is a different beast, Instagram is a different beast, TikTok is a different beast. If you had to give someone advice on how to do this whole thing, like what advice would you give them? Like, how would you get them started?
Shoot. The first thing first, turn off your viewers. Turn off your viewer counter.
Really?
Because if you obsess looking at that viewer counter, you will be sad.
Right.
And like just seeing numbers fluctuate, like I'm gonna be honest with you, my viewer count is always off. I check it sometimes to make sure we live, make sure, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's crazy.
Right.
Like there's been time when people like, hey man, it's 18 people. I'm like, dang, for real? Like turn that off.
Yes.
Turn it off. Don't even worry about it.
Mm-hmm.
And just do you. Just do you. And another thing that like there's another big thing about streaming that like I feel like a lot of people miss out. It's connections. It's connections.
Okay.
And like even if you like go around to go other streamers and you go in their chats and you talk to them and you know you build a relationship with that streamer and you know you support them, they support you, and you know that kind of when you have connections you kind of build a community off that.
Right.
Shared community. And I feel like that's what got me so far. It's the shared community and you know not worrying about per se viewers and just like doing what I want to do. That's about it right there.
So you turn off your chat. I mean, you turn off your viewer account, not your chat. You turn off your viewer account. And you are very close to your community. I've watched you in your Discord. I've watched you in your channel. Your community is pretty close. But I have noticed the people I've interviewed and just watching people, I lurk everywhere. So everyone knows, if you have a channel, I lurk everywhere and just don't know I'm there. There's a tendency that happens that the bigger you get, the bigger audience you get, the more that the people who come in later on, like the people you started with are great, but the people that come in later on think that they're part of your inner circle. How do you think you would cope and deal with someone like that who thinks they're part of your inner circle and who wants your time? And how do you think you keep yourself safe and your family safe?
Oh, I've been through this before. And
seriously, okay.
The best way I see it is that I can love you at a distance. You know what I'm saying? And like, I'm close with some people. I'm very close with some people, but like. Sometimes you gotta set up boundaries, and this is what you gotta set up boundaries. Because sometimes I have people hit me up, be like, "Hey, bro, let's do this match. Let's do this right quick." I'm like, "Bro, I'm at work.
Right.
I'm at work." Like, I set up boundaries. I tell them, I'm like, "Y'all, you can talk to me in the Discord if y'all need something. Just hit me up on Discord if y'all need something. But I'm at work. I'm working.
I'm working.
If I'm not streaming, I am working. That's what I tell them. I'm working or I'm with my wife. That's it.
Right.
Or I'm doing some with my brothers. And, you know, you got to set up those type of boundaries because some people do feel like, you know, I've had a situation where, like, people thought they was part of the streaming group because, they knew of us. And, like, they'll say that, like, yeah, we part of Prima. And I'm like, we've had to tell them, it's like, hey, man, like, we appreciate your support, but, like, I can't really say you affiliated with us. And, like, it was bad, right? Because I didn't want to be rude, but like he would be rude in other people's chats. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
you had to nip it in the bud. So you know, just set up boundaries and hopefully your viewers understand, right? I'm blessed enough to have like viewers that's very wholesome, right? Very wholesome to understand. But sometimes you do get those people who like, yeah, come on. Yeah, I had one dude, which is crazy. He came from my job.
Well,
and he became a viewer.
He was working with you?
Yeah. He became a viewer. And like I don't know if it was like a session or he just wanted to like be in a circle.
Mm-hmm.
And he was all like, "Yeah, bro, come pick me up. We go see a movie. Forget your brothers. Don't pick your brothers up." And I was like, "What?" He's like,
Wow.
"Yeah."
No, I don't know. That's scary.
Like he'll be donating money. Like one time, it was like one of the scariest thing ever.
Mm-hmm.
So I made a mistake and leaked. This was like when I was very small. I leaked my address out
Okay.
by accident on an old stream. He
Mm-hmm.
went to that VOD of that old stream, like found the clip, and he sent me a Arby's King Hawaiian fish sandwich because I was saying I was hungry, and I was like, I'm terrified.
But I'm hungry.
I'm hungry. And I ate that sandwich. I ate it. But I was like, bro,
Like,
how? Like the only reason why the game has been up there, I was like, this is my coworker. Still my coworker.
right.
But that man was wow.
What?
Built different. Built
Well,
different.
Oh no, I don't like that. Pineapples, don't like it. That's a. So, let's say how like I said, the bigger you get, the more you're gonna have these type of people. What are your plans or your thoughts making sure that your soon-to-be wife is safe, and that you don't end up with stalkers or people doing things that are off the charts, like sending stuff to your actual address?
This is something we talk about a lot. We talk about a lot because, like I said, she's terrified of all of this, and I'm like, the only thing that I can say is to keep, even though I'm transparent, but like keep a level of transparency, right?
Okay.
Because like people, like some people, there's a real like hatred filled people who are
Right.
like I feel like I uploaded a picture on Instagram one time and like somebody found the picture and they was talking crap. Like, what the world? I feel like, shoot, I don't even know. Cause like I look at big streamers, I look at big content creators, and I'm like, I try to see how they do it, but on a fundamental level, they don't really do it right. Cause it becomes that you get to a point where you're so big that you can't control it like that.
Right.
And like people get swatted, family members, like people will know your full life story without ever knowing you. And the only way I tell Sweetie, I'm like, just brace for it. Just brace for it. Just brace. Just in case that does happen. Because the internet is just endless possibilities. Just anything, like, even if like you could be as strict, no names, no nothing, no information.
Right.
If they got your face, they can find you somehow. And it's crazy.
It's the most. It's okay. The FBI, the CIA, and NSA cannot do what the people on TikTok and on the internet can do. Like, I have seen people with just a face picture find a person's job, their address, what car they drive, where the hairdresser is. Like, it's wild. So there's gonna come a point where that may happen to you. What do you think your feelings gonna be like? Do you think it's gonna make you stop streaming?
I'm crazy. and I wish somebody would like try to, like, please.
I wish.
I'ma laugh. I'm gonna find it funny, and people gonna get offended because like I'm gonna think it's funny, and like if it's like swatting us as an African American male, that scares me. Like swatting is the one that's like, yeah, bro, I could possibly like die from that.
Right.
But like, come on, like try me, please.
Like I dare you. I double dog dare you.
Like, come on, bro.
Like, bring it. So, I'm sorry. I'm not laughing because it's funny. I'm laughing because it's like I'm getting an image of like someone knocking on your door. I was like, I know you out of your mind. Type of like
yeah.
You know, it's like one of those things. Like, no, what if I Anyway, so you chose Twitch. You decided not to go to Kick, but Instagram and TikTok have a live feature. Do you plan on multi-streaming soon? Do you plan on branching out to those live platforms? to try and do your stream on those platforms in order to grow bigger, or is Twitch always going to be your main focus always?
I've thought about it. I've been thinking about it a lot. Like, I think it's really the inner workings of how to get it started under the hood that's really stopping me from doing it. Cause like I know people who have different monitors can do it.
Right.
But this I don't know if this gaming laptop can handle that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I have my monitor, I got my laptop, and I'm like, maybe I should try it one day, just multi-stream and try to do it. But I really do want that, because like sometimes I'll be streaming, I like scrolling through TikTok and I see a fellow streamer, homie, and I'm like, yo, what the world? How you did that?
Like, how you did that? Yeah. So
like,
do you plan on like adding, because a lot of streamers add donation streams, donation tickers to their stream. So what about, have you thought about the idea of like doing a donation stream to get like a PC, like, or a gaming PC or something? Like, have you thought about doing that, or are you planning on your own building and making your own PC so you can do extra stuff?
So I'm very bad. I am very bad at asking for help. And like,
same.
Like, there's been situations where I'm like, oh, I'm gonna do it myself, and like everybody around me like, no, just ask for help, just do it. And I'm like, bro, come on. And like, I feel bad, right? Like, it's hard for me to set up a sub goal. Like, I just do it just to do it and just to have sub goals. And like, I don't know if I can like really be like, hey, bro, dono stream laptop. New PC. My plans is like, so I gotta save up for the wedding and all that, but
Gotcha.
I also was planning to do a PC build. My brother just built one. His little brother is 16 and he building PCs, like building PCs like crazy. They sat in the living room and built it, and I'm like, okay, maybe I can do one under $600.
Right.
And that's the plan, is to get a nice little PC to work and to basically be able to use it and be better and create better content. But I don't know if I can. I don't know if I got it in me to do a dono. I don't know. It would just sit right. It would sit right.
I mean, look, I had to learn how to ask for help, and I'm still really bad at it. Like I think it was Friday or Saturday. I think it was Friday, yesterday, where my chat was like, you should. I kept saying I'm going to do a Patreon. I'm going to do a Patreon, and I'm probably gonna do the Patreon, but it's been taking me forever because it's the same thing. It feels like I'm asking for help, but I'm gonna do a Patreon. Like, it's hard. I get it. It's hard to ask for help, but I guess you have to try one of those things you have to kind of get over. So, being as it's difficult for you to do that, how do you? I've seen other streamers who are really, really good at not only asking for help and donations, but asking for it in a way that it supports their life. Do you ever think that you'll be able to be comfortable at any point going, hey chat, I need to do this, build, or I need to do this bill, or I need to do this to keep going? Do you think you'll be comfortable doing that one day?
I gotta be at the lowest for that. Like, it's gonna break my soul doing that, because I guess it's just instilling my morals that my dad has always told me, like, find a way. Like, my dad is a hustler. This man is a retired firefighter, but he's got 5 other jobs on top of it.
Wow.
And it's gonna have to be, it'll have to be like at my last little bit. Like, I'm gonna need it. I'm like, y'all, I'm gonna need help.
Right. Do you think that because you think of this stream as not only your community and something that you enjoy doing, that you don't really see it as a job? Like, is that okay?
Yeah, because I feel like if I started to see Twitch and streaming as a job, I wouldn't like it.
Okay.
I wouldn't like it. I feel like in order for me to even see it as a job, I have to play a game that like gives me max viewerships and like gives me top all that, and I'm like, yeah, I could do that, right? I could stream like the most popular game, but I ain't gonna like it. Gonna like it. and so like, even if I'm blessed enough to like hit a level like past 1K or like out of to 2K, like I feel like I'm gonna still be doing my like 9 to 5, working.
Right.
And because like I can't do it. I can't do
You
it.
can do it.
But
Twin Tree 4 says, I get that. I feel the same way, but you guys are providing a service that your subscribers are willing to pay for.
no, you know what? Put it. Yeah, 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 yeah.
You and I have a similar thing because I'm like, yeah, I hear you. I hear what you're saying, Twin. I hear you. But
Like I,
it feels hard. Like, it feels hard to do that, you know? I don't know. I
like
don't know about you, but it feels hard for me.
like I feel bad when
Mm.
people like drop like more than 5 subs, right? I'm
Mm.
like, hey, bro, save your money. Like, save your money. Don't like that's better channels than me, please. Like,
Like,
I appreciated it.
I appreciate
Like,
it, but it feels weird. I mean, we're talking about bigger audiences and how people interact with you. Do you ever think there's gonna come a time where you're gonna be like, I don't want to do this anymore. It's time to shut it off and walk away.
ah, I've been pushed to the brink, pushed to that before, and every time I feel like, yeah, I'm about to quit, I'm about to retire, I come back to it, right? Like there was a break between like when I first started streaming and when I came back, like started doing it like crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I had came back from COVID,
Okay.
came back from COVID, and like life was kind of different. Life was different after COVID, and so I didn't feel like the need to stream. And like one of my
Mm-hmm.
viewers hit me up. They was like,
Where are
yo, yo, that's my fiance. She just hit you with the follow, Peaches.
Hey, welcome in, Peaches. Welcome in, fiance. We were talking about you earlier.
So my viewers like hit me up. They was like, yo, where you been at? I ain't seen your stream. I've been looking out for you. I hope all is well. I just wanted to let you know that like I love your streams. Like that made me come back. I'm like, dang.
Right.
Like I felt like I don't know. I don't know why I just wanted to start streaming. I felt like I wasn't good enough in that point. But like since that moment, since then, and that was like about 2 years ago, I kept going. I just kept going.
Okay.
And like
okay.
it has been situations where I'm like, dang, bro, like this is bad.
Right.
Like with streamer drama and all that, and it's like, yeah, I don't think I want to deal with all that.
Right.
But like I still come back. I still come back. I'm like, it is what it is. I'm back. Like I took a 2-week break after Toriyama passed.
Okay.
And I was already on break. I was already on a 1-week break, and then I took an extra week because after that news, and I'm like, but like even then, I was like, bro, I'm itching to come back. It's like every day I come up with like new ideas for streams and stuff. So I don't know. I don't think I ever get pushed. The only way to push me if Peaches come down and be like, you gotta focus on your kids.
That's enough. That is enough. Come down here and take care of this baby.
Yeah.
I get it. So, do you have like a prepping session before you start streaming? Is there like something that you do, like when you get a new game or something? Do you do some practice, or you just jump right in? Do you have a prepping session right before a stream and right before you play a game?
I'm bad at games. I'm very bad, and I think I think I'm infamous. And I'm infamous for being bad at games, right?
Okay.
Everybody knows that they'll beat my butt in a game. Like they everybody knows who come in. They know that. They know I'm the best. So sometimes I just hop in and just play the game. But my ritual, this is my ritual. I get off at 5:30. So
Okay.
I get home at 6. I talk to my fiance and I talk to my brother. And I drink some water, get something to eat, sit down right here, and I start streaming. That's about it. That's
your
my
prep.
go-to. And then I turn on my start stream. For some reason, why? I don't know why I do this, but I turn on the start stream, play some music, and then I walk off and start talking to them again. Come back 10 minutes later, and it's ready to stream. I don't know why. I don't know why.
You just leave it alone. Okay, I'll be back. Go about your business.
Like I have to bother them for some reason. That's my brother. Like I gotta go in there and mess with him. Right? Something is wrong with
It's a sibling. It's a sibling thing because I have a little sister and I have an older brother. I'm the middle child, and there's something about going in their room or going to their place or wherever they are and just bugging the crap out of them for no reason. Like it's just because I can't. Just like, what are you doing? Why are you doing that? Look at me, like totally annoying for no reason. It's just a thing,
Yeah.
And I get it. I get it. So you told us about the most important life lesson you learned from gaming, but do you have any regrets that you've encountered earlier on, like when you first started streaming and gaming, and most recently, what are some of the regrets that you've had?
Ah, man, like I don't know. I don't know if I have like I could say if I have any regrets.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's been times where I'm like, dang, I could have streamed that.
Right.
But like sometimes I take a back seat, right? I take a
Mm-hmm.
back seat and like I enjoy one of my biggest things is that I enjoy seeing my fellow content creators and my brothers eat. And like I sacrifice me for them. And
Mm-hmm.
like I take a back seat, say if it's something I need to stream, be like, nah, you got it, you stream it. So I can't really say I got any regrets from like streaming and gaming. The only regret that I probably got is
Mm-hmm.
spending so much hours on Xenoverse because I have over 1,500 hours. Like that's the problem, only regret. But that's about it.
That's it. So I don't know. I've never played Xenoverse, so I don't know how to relate to that, but I get it. So a little bit about streaming, but I have a certain belief that people who stream, thanks for the follow, people who stream with specific content, like even if it's just focusing on 2 or 3 games, are essentially undiscovered, talented producers, directors, and actors. Um, where do you see yourself in these roles and that I've just mentioned, and do you plan on expanding on them? Because honestly, you produce your own show, you direct yourself, and you're essentially the performer of your show. So where do you see yourself in the future in these type of roles?
that's 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 a tough one, right? Because I think my ability to like navigate the like Twitch and like be able to come up with different ideas comes from like my background of like being a writer and like I want to take this like creativity into like writing, right? I want to be able to like create my own studio and all that, like do a
Mm-hmm.
producer and like and just produce more content, better than this. Like
Right.
I want to. There's a next level, right? There's a next level to all of this, and that's something I want to hit. I want to hit it, but I don't know. I feel like if I get to that level, I gotta get more professional. You get what I'm
Right.
saying? Like I gotta lock in and like actually put my heart into it.
Right.
But
Right.
I see people like RDC World and like RDC World, they pretty much started off how I started off, and I see them, and RDC World is a big inspiration for me because I'm like,
Right.
dang, they really just like me, and they doing TV shows,
Yeah.
Mark
Yeah.
TV shows and all that. And I'm like, maybe one day.
Maybe
If I get a chance to do that, that's it right there.
Okay, chat. We need to get this man a PC. Like, we need to get him a PC. We're gonna figure out. We're gonna get you a PC. We're gonna figure this out. So, outside of streaming and gaming, obviously, um, what do you enjoy doing outside of games and streaming? What's your pastimes?
So, my favorite pastimes, writing, writing it is, and just watching anime, right?
Mm-hmm.
Writing and watching anime, and driving for some reason. I love driving, right? So, like, when me and Peaches met, she was like 2 hours away,
Mm-hmm.
well, an hour away, and I'm like, yo, that's fine. I love driving. I don't know what it is. Like, I just like seeing the world. I like nature, so I like taking drives and stuff, and watching anime and write. And pretty much, for me, I feel like me just like going out and seeing the world, like being out in nature and stuff, like
Mhm.
correlates with writing, right?
Right.
Because usually I translate everything that goes on through my life to my writing,
Mm-hmm.
and it's more like it's therapy in a way, but it's
Right.
pretty much like me, I don't know, retelling what's going on in my life in a different way.
Gotcha.
So
Gotcha.
that's my hobbies right there. I'm pretty boring outside of streaming because everything I do, I game. When I stream, I game. So
Right.
yeah,
I mean, it doesn't
comment
sound
too.
boring. Look, writing is not boring. I'm a writer too. I write a lot because, like I said, my content is tabletop RPGs, D&D specifically, but that's what I do. So I write a lot. But what are the type of things you write? What, like, are you fiction? Are you are you fantasy? Like, what are you writing?
So it's a little bit of fiction fantasy, right? All my
Mm-hmm,
primo boys in the chat. All my primo boys in the chat. We've been working on a writing project together
mm-hmm.
for almost 5+ years, and
Ooh.
I feel like this is some of the nerdiest stuff ever, right? We're not like other friend groups who just play the game, right?
Right.
So we had to take the next step. So when we first started playing games together,
Mm-hmm.
we will literally come together and write lore for our characters. Write
Okay.
lore for our characters, write stories, cohesive stories of that. Well, I mean, like,
Mm-hmm.
we'll come together, like, from our friend group, a chapter drop was like Christmas. We was like, oh, it's not everybody dropping chapters. And so that evolved, like, the fanfics, and like that
Mm-hmm.
evolved into an all seven writing project. And so it's kind of like imagine a comic book world together, but in
Ooh.
writing form. It's in writing form, and
Mm-hmm.
different writers and stuff, and it's like fiction, sci-fi, all that. It's nice. It's real nice. We
Okay.
we we're in a stage, like, we're in a rebuilding stage. Like,
Mm-hmm.
we in a rebuilding stage, and a lot of people that's in the project, they aren't really comfortable with sharing in the public, but
Mm-hmm.
we've been cooking for a long time.
So do you plan on publishing this as a game or publishing it as a book?
They they want to actually do it as a card game. They want to do a card game and, like, tell the stories, do the art, like Yu-Gi-Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Originally it was the first game. We always try to learn programming, and it only stuck to one, right?
Mm-hmm.
And one of us only really got into programming. So we was
Okay.
like, well, shoot, we gon' I don't know how we gonna tell it, but we gonna tell it. So maybe it releases like a card game and a novels and all that, side by
Mm-hmm.
side. But we, like, it's really early right now. I don't even
Right.
know. I don't know when it's gonna be out in public, but
But it's early stages still. Well, that's
yeah.
perfectly fine. It sounds like D&D, but it's perfectly fine. Everything sounds like D&D
That
to
that's
me.
yeah. That's what actually we we kind of like, it's kind of like D&D. Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like D&D. I'm like, it sounds like he's world building. Like, you guys are world building. You know,
Yeah.
that sounds amazing. That sounds. If you do end up publishing, let me know, because I want to be one of the people to play first. So
Man.
so quick question. If you could play a game with anyone, I asked this question in different iterations and different forms. But if you could play a game with anyone on your stream or off your stream, doesn't matter. Any person, dead or alive, real or fiction, who would that person be? Up to okay, let me put it this. Up to 5 people.
Of the 5 people,
Yes. So
all
dead or
right,
alive, real or fiction.
all right. Etika, RP to go, RP to
Mm-hmm.
go. Etika. Um, who else? Nomura,
Mm-hmm.
Tetsu Nomura, the game director of Kingdom Hearts and,
Yep.
Final Fantasy. That's my goat. I'm a
Mm-hmm.
Nomura boy.
Mm-hmm.
Who else? Who else? Toriyama, of course, RP to go.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's 3 right there. Shoot. I'm thinking, like, I'm going deep diving out here,
I
right?
love this question because everyone. I said this the last time I was interviewing someone. Everyone has this same like thought, like, "Ooh, who would I do? Who would I play with?" Everyone has the same. So go ahead, go for it.
Maybe Hideki Anno.
Okay.
Director of
Mm-hmm.
Shin Godzilla Evangelion. I'm at 4. I got one more person.
Got one more.
Shoot. I don't even know. I want this last slot to be my homies, because I want them to be there for it too. I want my brothers to be there for it too. I want my boys, because trust me, if I got Nomura in a room to play a game and everybody else in the game, I gotta get them in there too. Like, I can't forget them. They gotta come too.
You gotta
Like,
bring all my brothers. Like, what am I doing?
exactly. Like, that's hard to pinpoint that to one person. I'm like, dang. Because we went to go see Avid Children, Final Fantasy 7 Avid Children, and we was like, bro, I was like, what would y'all do if Nomura just walked across? He was like, bro, it was like, I can't even comprehend that, bro. I'll lose my mind.
So there you go. So a lot of people will ask, what is your biggest influence? And that's great. Obviously, it's easy to tell because of what you do and how in the games that you play. But what is one of your biggest influence that most people have never heard of?
Biggest influence of people never heard of. I think it harkens back to, like, me being on the internet, chronically online as a kid, right? And I think my biggest inspiration comes from like a YouTuber named
Mhm.
Cabana Money 456,
Okay.
and
Okay.
he used to be an old Let's Player, played through Sonic games and stuff, and like
Mhm.
that's the inspiration right there.
Okay.
Like, and shoot, I don't think nobody heard of that one. I don't know. And now you said somebody I heard of. I got a couple.
Like I got a bunch, but no. So, um, you talked about giving people advice on what to do when streaming, about not looking at their view account and everything else. But what advice would you give someone who doesn't have that out there personality? You are a big personality. You're very out there on camera. It seems like you're at ease in front of the camera. What advice would you give someone who is silent in front of the camera, or who doesn't know how to be out there?
I say the best. Turn off your preview. Turn off your preview and
Okay.
position your camera somewhere away from you.
Oh,
And
really?
like position it like not directly at you or like to the side or something, right? And talk. Think about the people that's talking to you in chat as just people just talking to you, right? Just
Okay.
people over the game.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that'll be a nice way to break out of your shell, right? Because
Right.
it's hard, right? It's hard. Like I was like, even when I became a streamer, I was like, bro, I gotta be on camera all the time, bro. I was like, I don't know, I got it though.
Right.
It's a hard barrier to get over it. Like,
Yeah, it really is. But how do you get over that nervousness? Because I know when the first day you started streaming, the very first day, like you felt those nerves. Have they gone away? Do you still feel that little bit of like, oh god, here we go, we gotta stream today, or are you just like old hat now? I'm good. Turn the stream on. Here we go.
you might think I'm crazy, but when I get the feeling like that, it pushes me more. Right? I use it as like to keep going. It pushes me to keep going, right? Because
Right.
you know, when you get nervous or you're afraid of something, once you get past that point that you like that you're making you nervous or you're afraid, you know, it's a different feeling, right? It's a different feeling when you get past it, and like it's a feeling of curiosity, and that's what gets me. I'm like, okay, oh, I'm feeling a little nervous, but I got it though. I got it, bro. Crazy. That man said I'm crazy. I might be. I don't know. It might be my inner confidence. I don't know.
Inner confidence is right because they're, like I said, huge personality. You have a set of games that you play. Do you plan on branching out side of the style of game that you play? Because your style of game is very much like you said, JRPG, Tekken, Dragon Ball Z. So, someone in chat even said like we should fund Avant to play Baldur's Gate 3. So, like, do you plan on branching out to like different types of game styles?
Oh yeah, I'm always down to play whatever. Varum has been trying to get me to play Yu-Gi-Oh for 10 years, and I keep telling him I'm gonna do it. But like the thing with me and tabletop gaming, right, is I gotta read. While I gotta know what I'm doing, right?
Okay.
I can't just. And I take a long time reading. I'm like, bro, what does this do? I gotta know every step.
Okay.
Right? So I'm like, yeah, I don't know. But like, I'm always down to play different stuff. I'm always down. Like, if it's something cool, I'm down to play it. Like, I think like I was watching a homie Strash play. He was playing something called like Streamer's Court, and it's like a game. It's a game where like the stream it comes in on the court. Like I'll play anything. Like right. I'm down for anything. That's the crazy part. Like shoot, I get it.
Just give it to me and I'll play it.
Yeah.
So we got it. We're gonna play some Baldur's Gate. I want to see that. As soon as I want to see you play Baldur's Gate. I went through the whole thing. I keep promising to do a dark version of it or do an honor run, but we haven't gotten there yet. We'll get to it eventually. I got too much writing to do. So, we are like an hour and a half into this, and this is the part where I allow chat to ask any question you want within reason. Okay, even though like, you can swear and do whatever you want within reason. Ask questions, but ask whatever you would like to our guest here. Let me know what you want to ask. And I know there's some earlier stuff. Do a dirge honor run. Oh, I could. That's a good idea. Okay, so I'm gonna back it up here. And I think some of these questions might have been answered in the course of the stream. But Book asks, "Do you stream now? Do you stream full time?" We know that you do not stream full time. He also asks, "Do you play Mario Kart?"
I do. Currently, my fiance got my Switch. That's her TV right now. I took her PlayStation away from her to watch TV in my room, but she has my Switch. But I'm always down to play some Mario Kart. I cook it Mario Kart. Y'all ain't ready. Y'all ain't ready for that.
See, he cooks it, so you're not bad at all games then.
I don't know. I just talk a lot of mess. I just talk a lot of mess. All right, I talk big. All right. No matter how bad I am, I'm down for a challenge.
Oh, okay. See, now we know. Down for a challenge. It's gonna be a wrap. Twin Forge asks, "Do you have an editor / publisher?"
I don't actually. Like, I don't. The way we do it's very like it's very indie, right? Because we I don't think we've ever shared our writing outside the friend group.
Okay.
And this is something that's like I've been wanting to do for myself, and I thought about like breaking away and like doing a project just for that, right? Because sometimes you'll kind of want like an outside opinion on stuff, right? Even though because your friends, how your friends will feel about certain stuff. Your friends like the back of your hand. Sometimes you just want that outside opinion, criticisms, and all that to to kind of shape you and where you want to go.
Right. Okay. Twin also asks, do you need an editor or a publisher?
I think when the time comes, we definitely will. I definitely Twin, you a publisher. Yo, I'm gonna have to hit you up. I'm gonna have
exactly.
I thought about. Oh my bad.
He just dropped it in chat. So.
Oh snap.
He just dropped in chat of email address. So, do you see it?
I got it. I'm copy and pasting right now. And the homie Slash, that's my boy right there. He's also a writer too. He got a novel out right now called Grace. It's fire. It's gas.
Okay, let me find out. Is Slash in your Discord? Okay, I'm gonna come find you. You might be my next interview. You see what happens. Keep messing around. Slash asks, "What do you say to someone who wants to work on passion projects but also got life in the way, and how do you balance that?"
See, you gotta realize one thing. I realized, right? I think my whole perception on life really changed up, right? When it looked like it was about my life was about to end, and like. The way I keep my balance is that you gotta find time somewhere, right? You gotta do what you want to do. Life is so short, and there's enough time to do what you want to do on top of doing what you have to do, right? And that's how I balance it out. You really just gotta, I don't know, you do have to sacrifice some stuff, right? Some stuff, like say, if you like got an hour, like you want to just watch TV or some stuff like that, something that's minimum, you do have to sacrifice some stuff, but in the end, it's gonna pay off. Because if you're doing something that you love, you're doing something that you want to do, you're gonna love it.
I agree. That's the answer. Rice. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Please correct me if I'm not. What type of crackers do y'all eat when eating lunch?
Oh
what?
My God, Major!
That's Major.
No questions for Major. No more. That boy Major, that boy crazy.
He says hi.
And what type of crackers I eat? I eat those Ritz crackers with the cheese and the ham. Major, you know what I'm talking about.
Those are delicious. So, while we wait for more questions from chat, is there anything that you want to tell us? Tell us what we can expect from Avant 7. What's in the works? What can we expect in the future? What we can look forward to?
The thing I want to focus on next is I want to find a balance when it comes to my content, and I want to one thing because like the way I play games, sometimes I can get locked into a game that I constantly stream that game back to back, but I want to find a balance that I'm okay with, and so I can promise more like balanced content, much stuff because some people like different games. I can promise that more tournaments and more brand synergy with the Primo Boys. Like it's me, Barum, and Estella. We both all three of us stream. Barum is crazy you get with streaming. Zeros, the crazy part about Zeros, right? Zeros is a viewer of Verum. And I was just scrolling through TikTok and I found Zeros. Let me follow him. He was live.
Yeah.
And he was like, I seen your name before. And I was like, what? He was like, yeah. He's like, I watched Verum. He's like, I watched Verum. I see you modding him. I'm like, wow, but it's a small world. So
right.
More brand synergy with the boys, not more tournaments and more, just better content in general.
Oh, that sounds amazing. So, chat, if you don't have any more questions, we are gonna probably get out of here.